Hi, it's John Birmingham, and these are some highlights from my resume as a filmmaker and video creator. Okay, I'm going to show you some stuff. This is pretty cool. Okay, we'll start by the newest one I just found. This is uploaded on June 4th, 2020. It is June 28th. Let's turn the volume up on this. Okay.
This is 100% a haunting. Redditor Acid Gather likens the scene to the lab from Stranger Things. Do you have a straightforward explanation for what happened to the electricity in this video? Neither do we. Number 9, Strange Man. Published to YouTube by John Birmingham in June of 2008. The YouTuber writes, 23-month-old Rowan was outside in his baby pool at dusk when he looked inside the house to see a strange man. Rowan tells us what he saw, and during filming he actually sees the man again. Will baby Rowan figure out how to deal with his sixth sense without Bruce Willis there to guide him? In the video, the YouTuber explains that it was 8 p.m. when the young boy spotted a man in the window of the family's home and wouldn't stop staring. When they went inside, the boy was still watching the dining room where he'd seen the man and wouldn't stop staring at that one spot. He said there was a man there wearing black pants, a red shirt, and with big hair. In the video, little Rowan keeps saying, "Man was," while hitting the refrigerator repeatedly. As they question him more about the man, it seems that Rowan sees him. He points into the dining room saying, "What's the man doing in there?" They later discovered a piece of furniture in the dining room called a unity carving, carved from a single piece of wood and handcrafted in Ghana. They believe a spirit may be attached to this piece. If so,
Okay. We get the idea. That's this video. You can look it up. Top 15 scary videos can barely handle by top 15s. This guy's got a channel, or people, whoever it is. He's got 3.65 million subscribers. You can check it out. Okay, that's the most recent. That's the newest thing on my resume or whatever. Now, let's look up. Let's go to my channel. The one word that many people know about YouTube, a channel. Okay, here's my channel. Here's my most recent newest masterpiece video that I did. I redid my film Meant to Be with some new animation. This is my film Meant to Be. You can scroll through it. Looks pretty good.
The same. The same. The same.
Okay, that's my short film Meant to Be, and I added some animation. Here's some of the animation I added. Whoops. I added this shot. I created all this myself. Do you understand me? Okay, that's what I did in 2003. There's a new video I just did June 16th. Now it's June 28th. Okay. What else did I do? It didn't get a lot of views. Didn't get a lot of views. Here's my newest videos on my channel. Let's see what's actually my best work, whether regardless of the number of views it got. There's all these videos I really did, and a lot of them are in private, and you can see unlisted and stuff. In 1 week, I did 12 videos. Then back to a little more than a week ago, I did that Meant to Be, however long that was. Here, this one's pretty good. Here's a whole feature film that I did of good editing and good drum playing. And it has a lot of this type of editing in here. I did heavy editing. But it has a lot of editing like this. Anyway, I did a whole feature film of it. Anyway, that's a whole feature film, avant-garde kind of ambient. You know, I have way better feature films. This isn't a real feature film. This is just a feature-length video. But it's kind of, you know, only got 86 views. I uploaded this on June 9th, 2020. It's one of the most recent things I've been doing. But really, anyway, let's close that. It's not the same. It only took like a few weeks of work. My feature films usually took years. Years, my real feature films. Whoa. My real feature films. I'll show you. Oh, it's hard typing at this angle. Okay. Here's my website. That's me when I went to Los Angeles and was getting in shape. But I don't know. It's pretty good. There's no buts about it. I've gotten in pretty good shape. This is not photoshopped right there. That is real. I've been doing like 500 push-ups a day out there. It's pretty good. Okay. Here's my short biography as of February 25th, 2018, 2 years ago. More than 2 years ago. Here's the biggest thing on my online resume. I have other things.
Somebody's in our house. The dogs are barking because somebody's here. It's weird. There's somebody weird. Come on. It's somebody they don't know. It's Ronald McDonald! He's scared. I'm sorry, Ronald McDonald.
Okay, that's got 62 million views. 62 million. You can see right there. This is the biggest online video. But I have movies. I have movies that I did. This is 62,175,300 views. Okay. That's pretty big. The #1 Ronald McDonald video for 3.5 years. 3 years, something like that. 3.5, 4 years. It got this since August 29th, 2016. Got big right when those clowns were in it. And it's still, you know, when people look up Ronald McDonald, I think they can find this video. I'm not sure. My movie Crazy Animal. My feature film Crazy Animal was rated the 939 most popular movie of its time by the Internet Movie Database. I have 3 of those feature films. That took years to edit, to film and edit. This is my first feature film, Crazy Animal. You can see it at the IMDb. I started that when I was only 25, I believe. In Los Angeles, on sound stages, Panavision area, stuff like that. One of the cinematographers is CEO of Bolex now. Bolex is a big camera company. Or, anyway, I don't know morally how these people are. He's an okay guy. I hope he's okay. Hope he gets into heaven. Anyway, he might get into heaven. I don't know. Danica DeCosto, mother of my children. She has more subscribers than this now. All this stuff on my resume. Movies, real movies. Tiernan Ogg won a real red carpet Young Artist Award. Shia LaBeouf was on stage at the time when Danica was on stage and stuff, and she won an award all other studio movies and stuff. And what am I gonna say? Well, I have plenty of stuff on my resume, but what's really important? Oh, my newest feature film, Rednecks. These are my actual feature films, but these aren't as important. This is just my work in film. I don't want to talk about that stuff forever. You can see it on my website, John Angel, or whatever this is. Happens to have my website on there from years ago. I haven't switched it to johnbirmingham.com. You can go to johnbirmingham.com. This is my older website. I have not updated in years, but it still has tons of stuff on it. All this stuff, famous people on it. My resume. But that's not what's most important. That is not what's most important. I'll show you what's most important. God and Jesus. God and Jesus and kindness to others. That's what it's all about. God and Jesus. Kindness to others. Kindness to others. You gotta watch these websites where this information comes from. This is from womansday.com. That could be good. I don't know. Find a real good source that's genuine and true to God and Jesus. Not someone that's falsely tempted, tricking people by the devil's tricks. The devil's currently the most powerful person on earth. But Jesus, when he comes down, will reign for 1,000 years, they say in the Bible. He'll be the most powerful. And he won't suffer anymore. Everyone who's good will get to live like 1,000 years, I think it says in the Bible, and have it like heaven on earth. And he'll destroy all that is evil and all the sin on earth. Or get rid of it somehow. But as of now, God is omniscient, and he's there through every moment of everything. He created all of it. So he's aware of our thoughts. So you can't hide your thoughts from God. That's what everything is all about. You can't think one thing and do another thing and trick people into having more money on earth or something like that, or getting to feel better because you hurt them. You can't hurt people and keep taking for yourself, whether or not you work. You might work very hard. I've worked extraordinarily hard, but I have not become some rich guy with millions of dollars, because I'm younger. But maybe you could get millions of dollars and still be a kind person for all your hard work. I don't know. Doesn't matter that big stuff that you act like you do. That'll all fade away. My stuff in my resume will fade away and it'll look like nothing on earth one day. I'm not Jesus. Jesus is the only one who deserves all the glory, and God who deserves all the glory. We don't deserve that. For my big famous stuff that I'm trying to act like I did all this famous stuff, that doesn't matter. What does the Bible say about kindness? And now, I've had to suffer for my sin on earth a little bit, or a lot. Not as much as they do down in hell. So I'm grateful it hasn't been that bad. I still have it okay. Apparently I have my health. That's one thing I apparently have, but the suffering has been a little different than I've had to endure. It hasn't been from physical health, it's been from other things. But I'm grateful for what I have, and Jesus teaches us to be grateful and happy with where we are right now, not want more. I used to pursue those worldly things, want more and more and more, and want to do famous stuff, want to be famous, and it was never enough. And I wanted to be rich, and wasn't happy with where I was as much. And Jesus teaches us to be happy with where you are now, no matter how much, little, whatever you have now, wherever you are physically, mentally, monetarily speaking, how much power you have, anything like that. Just be happy with where you are now and not want more. He says for us to keep what we have, to maintain what we have now. Try to work hard to maintain what we have now, but we don't have to seek more than what we have. We don't have to think that more is a lot better than what we have now. He says to find a trade. Jesus, find a trade, find work. What does Jesus say about work? I happen to type fast more than most people. There's some big businessmen who have tons of money and they type like this. They type like this. They type the word jobs. When your work is just as hard as them and have way more money. And it's a lot of pressure. When you have enough right now, you don't have to be mean to anyone about it. Or you don't have to let them try to push you almost to your death so you sin as much as they do or something. Some of them out there do that, and that's the devil pushing them, tempting them to think they have to have more. They're just a kind person like everyone else. It's not their fault. The devil tricked me. The devil tricked me into trying to fight to stay alive, If I let it kill me, or probably wouldn't kill me, maybe look at it a different way and just have enough with wherever I am, not be fooled by the devil, then maybe I'd be okay. And I am. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be fooled by the devil. I'm not going to be tricked by the devil. I worked really hard last year, and it was made to look like, she should keep quiet. What does the Jesus say about work and jobs? Because I'm actually good at that film stuff. I haven't had a chance to do much of. I've done videos for months now, though. A few months. 2 months, 3, 4 months, something like that. And my channel earned less. So I can't really figure it out. I've been at that so long. Apparently the people in my life don't want me to, I don't know what it is. Maybe they want me to make money at it, but they want to ring home the idea that it's very difficult to make money in that or something. Hey, I've worked way harder than anyone else has. I've worked 42 years of my 42-year-old life. I've worked the equivalent of more than 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, for 42 years. I've worked 30 years at this film stuff in music, film and music, for 30 years, more than 30 years. And I've worked 13 years at real estate equivalent. So I've worked about 43 years, actually. More than 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for 43 years of my life. And I'm only 42 years old. But it's just like, I'd like to retire and live at the humble, meager existence to where I don't have to jump when someone else says jump. I'm very fortunate they're not putting the jumpers on me, the stuff to, have my health. I'm pretty good and healthy, but God can take that at any time. But I think I'm supposed to have it, but it's been difficult. Okay, what does Jesus say about working? Whatever you do, work heartily is for the Lord and not for men, knowing, work heartily for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you'll receive the inheritance. But that's not the final. You don't have to think about, it's not about receiving some final goal. It's just how they interpreted that you're serving the Lord Christ. See, it's not about a reward at the end. It's not about a reward. This is one passage that happens to mention it in these terms. But that's not what it's all about. This is just one Bible passage. You're not doing it for a reward. You're doing it because that's how we function. That's how we live. By being kind to others, and then they're kind back to us, and that's how we get along. We don't have to just do it to be kind to our family, or it's not about a selfish thing. It's not about expecting a selfish return. It's not about accepting a selfish return. Not about accepting a selfish return. It's just that's how everything is supposed to be. You don't let those people with a lot of money and power try to push you and get you into their club because they sin more. Unless that's just, they don't have to work that much. There's people getting by on $400 a month and they're happy. They don't have to work at anything. And those people who you're letting push you have 400 times. Those people, they have plenty. They don't have to ever work again, no matter what they think. They're worried that they'll lose some of it. That's how everyone thinks at any level of money. It could not be enough unless they have like hundreds of millions of dollars or something. More like billions or hundreds of millions, or they have a good mindset. Unless they have that good mindset where they're like, I've got plenty, I don't have to worry anymore. You probably have enough retirement money to pay your bills no matter what, or money saved, those people. And I have enough. I have to think, wait a second, that means I have enough. When they have 40 times as much as I do, but I have enough. So should be happy. Just be happy with where you are now. You don't have to do anymore. I did maybe too much already, That's why I've had to take a step back and be out here in the woods working on hard labor. Working on hard labor in my house. Last year, I worked the equivalent of more than 2 years full-time work. In a time period of 8 months, I worked 12 hours a day, every day. Some days 18 hours, one day 24 hours. I have a video of it showing me work constantly for 24 hours, 2 live videos a while back. And it wasn't that bad. I was motivated. And I did that the next day, 18 hours next day. I kept doing it, and then it really was too many hours and it was starting to hurt me. But, you don't have to work too much for someone else when they're putting that pressure on you if your bills are okay. Don't let them get to you. Try to stop the caffeine sometimes. Sometimes they use that to rally you up. It doesn't have to be the way that you think it is, as long as you're healthy. You can eat some more food and not have caffeine and be okay. Try to not have as heavy carbs or added sugar. That's what puts the weight on. When you just don't have those, you can have as much protein and you can have as much protein as you feel like, as long as it's not like, it's up to you. That's just what I think as a personal trainer. Like, I'm almost a personal trainer, so I'm not even a personal trainer. So, I'm kind of like a regular person who has studied that a lot, but you can eat whatever you want. Go ahead and have your own balance on things. I just have my own belief about that. Eat whatever you feel like is right, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional on nutrition and stuff, but just don't let others push you around into their way if it's hurting you. Try to get away from that. You have plenty like it is now. Just imagine you have plenty and will keep having plenty. Because you serve the God. You serve the Lord, not the God. Well, you serve God and Jesus. That's who we all serve. We don't serve ourselves. That's wrong. We don't serve a false God. That's wrong. We serve the God. There's only one God on earth and in heaven. What does Jesus say about working jobs? Because I have worked 43 years of my adult life at more than 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. I did the math. I added it up. I calculated the past 5 years, and then I averaged what I had worked before that. The past 5 years, I worked the most in real estate stuff, or working on my house, which is an investment because I got it for so cheap. Even though technically, they'll try to push me and say it's not enough or whatever. Don't let them push you. You do enough. You're good like you are now. You may say like you didn't work very much your whole life. You may have to work a little more. Find a balance on it that's not too horrible. Serve God and Jesus will find a way to do it. Be kind to others. If there's someone, say like there's someone who you're getting money from and they don't want you to do that, then you'll have to kind of work for them or work to make up for it. And I sure did. Be there for your family. I'm not preaching about it, but follow God and Jesus. That's the one thing that's for sure. I don't know about your eating habits or whatever. Just try not to let others try to play God and act like you serve them, because you don't serve them at all. You don't serve them at all. They're misled into sin if they think that they are the boss of your life. They might be your boss at a job, but they can't tell you what foods to eat. So don't listen to me. I'm preaching what foods to eat. Use your own judgment on that, but you might have your own good balance on that, okay? Some people are able to eat carbs and be very healthy. A lot of runners live on mostly carbs, but I don't see how they keep their muscle on as they start to age. Because as people age, they lose muscle, but it's not my main thing. I'm just saying, follow God and Jesus. Every time you think of a Bible verse, let's think of one that comes to mind. Working a trade. Let's leave this. What does he say about working a type of job? I wonder if my films can be my work. Why was that not looked at as work by my dad? I'm sorry, I apologize. He says it's not really, they think it's not really work. I don't get it. How is that not work? Does it have to serve others? No. Serve God. It serves God. Serves God and Jesus. And being kind to others. Being kind to others. Giving to them. Giving them something instead of just doing what I enjoy with it, like starring in it or being entertaining. I'd have to be really entertaining in a way that helps them laugh and stuff. And that's what I've done. That's what I've tried to do. How does it serve a lot of people in a way that gives them something to enjoy watching, that helps them, so I can pay my bills helping them instead of just trying to help myself by like acting it. I don't really do that. I'm good about it now. I'm kind. How do I help others using my filmmaking ability? Do I have to do something that my parents did, which is work on homes, which I've had to no matter how I felt. It's been difficult. Haven't really enjoyed that much of it, but it's okay. It's alright. Five things the Bible says about work. Billy Graham. The Bible offers an abundance of wisdom on the topic of work. These 5 biblical ideas, along with insights from Billy Graham, can help you view work in a new light, whether you love your job, hate your job, or you're looking for work. This is from billygraham.org. Number 1, work is a gift from God. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and keep it. Since the beginning, work has been part of God's plan for humanity. He created it. That means you can view the act of working as a gift, even if you don't love your job. Wow. Take time to rest. These are all really good. Work like God is your... Okay, let's start from the beginning. Work is a gift from God. Those who are able to work should do so. Well, I've been working this whole time. It's just that a lot of it has been on videos, which did not pay as much the past few months, because I was tired of working on the hard labor before that and hiring others to do the work and watching and making sure they're doing it okay, which was difficult because I was using money. My dad helped me or mom helped me invest, but they said it was for my grandmother's inheritance when she died, and I got money from her apparently. So I don't know. Maybe it was for them. I don't know. They act like they don't want anything in return, but it was. Anyway, this says God is your boss. Work for them. Don't. This just says work. On the Sabbath day to keep it. Oh, but it says to keep it holy. Don't work today. So I'm gonna have to not put ads on this video, but I'm gonna put it up for others. Because today's Sunday. Put God first when you plan for old age. The Bible doesn't specifically address the current day concept of retirement, which is a relatively new idea. This is people never stop working for the Lord, even when they're quite old, not for themselves, not for yourself. It's an evil, satanic, wrong way of doing things. Work for the Lord, not to serve yourself and have more money and power. Okay? Whoever you are, you have plenty of money. It says in the Bible, you have plenty. Probably. So the Lord will have enough. Work on things that earn money, that help others. If you're able-bodied enough. What do you call work? Something that earns money back. Some people try to push others around, and I don't know what more they want from me. Unless I don't know, but what do they want? Something that directly pays money as a job instead of a big investment that I can borrow money against to. The Bible doesn't specifically address the current day concept of retirement. Okay. People kept working and said, for the Lord, not for themselves. They're not a Lord. They're not the Lord. It's a bunch of nonsense. That's what the Bible says is wrong. But this says, Billy Graham, who eventually retired from public preaching but served the Lord as long as he was able, once responded to a question for someone whose life goal was to retire at 50. Mr. Graham didn't condemn retirement, but he offered this insight. Your goal suggests that you're only concerned about yourself. What will you do with the remaining years of your life once you retire? Will you pursue a life of self-centered indulgence, living only for yourself? If so, you will end up restless, bored, and empty. Instead, I urge you to put your life into God's hands by committing your life to Jesus in Christ. Put Him at the center of your life. For only then will you find lasting joy and peace and satisfaction. Okay. Okay. That day. That's it. Okay. Click like on the video if you want. If you want to. Bye. This is me helping you and serving God and Jesus and doing what's kind and nice. Okay, wow. Okay. Bye.